Hey guys, how's it going? Time for an update here. In particular, earlier Atari Leaf had collecting goals for 2011, and this is mainly an update on how I'm going with those goals. My goals were, in the video, were first games for the TI-99 4A computer from Texas Instruments. Well, I got a bunch of games for that, so that goal's met. The occasional item for the Coco. I got some Coco games, including the mystery game, which turned out to be Dungeons of Daggorath. Yeah. The next goal was more games for current consoles. Well, yeah, I've got some of them. I've showed you some of them, and including getting a replacement console for the Sega Genesis, getting a Genesis 2 because my original, Genesis Model 1 was acting up. Getting an Intellivision, did that, showed you that, which leaves an Atari 8-bit or a 7800. Well, I've taken care of that one. And it wasn't quite the system I expected. I figured I was going to get an Atari 8-bit computer. I was leaning that way more than the 7800. And I did get an Atari 8-bit system, but I figured it would be an 800 XL. Well, as it turns out, it's the original 800 that I got. So very happy with it. I do have to get a basic cartridge for it because this doesn't include basic. You power it up with no cartridge in it, and you get Memo Pad, which lets you type on the screen and display a message on the screen, and that's it. Did have a problem with it when I first got it, and maybe this will help somebody else out if you get one, or you have a known good one in the shipping, or you get one in the mail and that should be working and isn't. This comes with most of the memory is on boards that plug into the system instead of being on the motherboard. To get to it, you take, when you take here, if I can do it, when you lift up the cartridge door, if you just move it forward just a little bit and lift it up, and then right in here, if you can see, are the memory cards that just set down in the slot. They're fairly big cards, and they just set in the slot, so they can come loose quite easily. When I got this one, put a cartridge in it, powered it up, got a blank screen, looked about like a lot of the times what you see if you got dirty contracts on your cartridge. So I cleaned the cartridge or checked it out, and that didn't help. So I lifted the cover up, and these boards, I pushed down on them, and they looked like they might have been loose when I did it. Pushed down firmly on all of the memory boards, put the cover back on, started it up, and it's been working perfectly ever since. So if you're having a little problem with this, especially if it's been moved and you have the original 800, try pressing down on the cards, make sure they're fully seated. So if you have any trouble, I hope that helps you. And that means that here in March, I've already met all of my collecting goals for 2011. I did leave room for the unexpected, so there's a good chance that the unexpected will crop up sometime this year. But like I say, so far, now having this Atari 800, I have met my collecting goals for 2011. And as always, more later.